Hello everyone, I'm Krasi, and this is my week, day by day, astrologically. We will see what is the situation on the sky and how this is influencing our horoscopes. Day by day, we will look at the situation day by day. In my monthly predictions, which will be for the month of June, I will look at the 12 ascendants this month. I didn't post the monthly prediction on my YouTube channel because it was on Astrology's channel, but this month I will do this. Just before I start, to ask you, because YouTube is doing some strange things, if you like to receive notifications from my channel, from my new videos, please unsubscribe, then subscribe again, and then click on the notification bell. This is because many people wrote me and still writing me that they cannot receive any news from my videos. So unsubscribe, subscribe, and then click on the bell to receive notifications. So we're looking at the week from 18th of May and a Monday. And first, let's make a brief overview. What is happening this week? We know we have these retrograde planets. Of course, all of you know that. But what is like dominating, and it's very interesting, is that Mercury became visible 3 days ago and will be visible the entire week in the constellation of Taurus, together with Venus, and also the Sun is in Taurus. So we're having the Sun, which will be passing the Pleiades. And the Pleiades is a very, well, controversial, if you say, multi-layered, complicated constellation, the Seven Sisters or the Subitu demons of Babylon. So these are very, very controversial stars of the constellation of the Pleiades, which are very visible right now if you want to see them on the evening sky. So the Sun is passing there. Yesterday, the Sun was conjunct Algol. Again, very interesting. Algol is about money, protection. I have Algol, I've been making for quite some time Algol amulets for protection. But this is interesting configuration. So what are we having now this week is that Venus, still visible, will be visible on the evening sky up until end of the month, but will be retrograde. I'm not worried with Venus retrograde. Venus retrograde is putting us back sometimes maybe to review our relationships, to reorganize our money, to see inside revisit our feelings. Venus is a personal planet and she's retrograde, but she's still evening star, very romantic, very passionate. And Venus evening star is Aphrodite. She's about love, she's about sexual love, she's about art, romance, fine art. So this is Aphrodite. And when she's retrograde, she's bringing us back into this, into such emotions, revisiting maybe old relationship, thinking of the past love life or past, reviewing, revisiting, if you want, approach towards art, or revisiting our feelings, our relationships. Oh, this is the retrograde Venus, and it's not bad. She's very fine, very interesting, well, slower indeed. With Mercury, when he's visible, together with Mercury, Venus is they together in Taurus, it's even more about art. And it's amazing. It's powerfully influencing the people who have such qualities, who are very much Taurus-like, people who are very, very much influenced by Venus. So people who are highly influenced by Venus will feel this in a very good way. Maybe they will have the muse to create. And also don't forget, the Sun is in the same sign. Taurus is like emphasized on this month because the Sun is there. Venus, Mercury is passing through powerful degrees of money, of Deborah. So Mercury visible, great for muse, for writing, for knowledge. Maybe this is what he is bringing you already, desire to study, to share your knowledge, to go deep into design and beauty. This is the sign of Taurus, let's not forget. And in the very same time, after 3 days, actually 2 days, on Tuesday, Jupiter is also turning retrograde. He's stationary now and is together with Saturn. Very interesting conjunction. I've been speaking about this conjunction in different videos, and we will be speaking more and more into detail about this, because such conjunction we're going to have very evident and purely Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in December 2020. But what is happening now, these two planets, Jupiter is a bit weaker, of course, because he's against his own sign, are turning for sure retrograde. Like Jupiter was now stationary, now he will be retrograde. They're both going to be retrograde. We'll be watching towards the previous sign, which is Sagittarius. And Jupiter in Sagittarius, of course, is brilliant, spiritual, beautiful, lofty, but Saturn was there for 2.5 years. And he wasn't easy. He was opening our eyes together with Jupiter and preparing us for the truth and for the wave of awakening which is taking place now. Awakening like maybe never before, or at least we don't remember because we haven't lived so long. So we'll be reminded to revisit our belief system, moral values, everything. Of course, this will influence the markets. Whatever the situation is now, it may be corrected or reversed, because suddenly all these planets are turning retrograde. Always with Jupiter and Saturn conjunction, we're having changes in the economy. If the current situation is such, then you get sudden correction when Jupiter and Saturn are meeting. We may not see this as evidently now as we'll be seeing this in December. The world is already not the same, and I've been saying this already before Saturn entered Capricorn, because if we look historically, every Saturn in returning to his own sign of Capricorn, solely, if we don't look at Jupiter, if we don't look at Pluto-Jupiter conjunction, which also took place, always Saturn was bringing changes to the world. Of course, now it's different because we have difficult 6 eclipses, which is a lot for 1 year. Usually 6 eclipses do not take place every year, though we have more than 4. But it's considered not a very easy year. But we live in beautiful times of awakening. We will be, in 2 years, we'll be on totally different step of our spiritual life, and we'll be with open eyes, and we'll be seeing like never before. So Jupiter and Saturn will be reminding us to review again our belief system, to review the process of awakening, and more and more and more truth we'll be seeing. And it is about revisiting knowledge, moral values. It is very much about knowledge and ideals. Jupiter is so beautiful, especially in the sign of Sagittarius. What is also happening important, see, the week is very, very important, really very, very important. What is happening is that Mars, for a week already, is in Aquarius. He will be there up until, I think, 16th, 17th of June, yeah? And in Aquarius, it's a fiery situation which will bring more protests all over the world, because people are opening their eyes, and because Mars in Aquarius is this. And especially, I will tell you something very interesting is happening on the sky. Not only that Mars is in Aquarius, but we have Uranus in Aries. This is called mutual reception in astrology, when 2 planets are exchanging places. So Uranus is in Aries and Mars is in Aquarius, and they form sextile. So what is happening is in a way harmonious, but we do have also Uranus squaring Saturn and Jupiter. So all this will be by governments. This wave of awakening and protests will be suppressed by governments, but not completely. People will still do open their eyes, and they will still go and protest to search for their rights and for freedom. So this is about this week, important week indeed. And yes, important week. So let's see what is happening day by day, starting from Monday, 18th of May. What is happening? The moon is in the powerful degrees in Pisces, where we are having the position of the spring equinox for the northern hemisphere, and of course this is the autumn equinox for south. And this in both cases is powerful tropical degree position, where you have also important degrees of the constellation, important star, spiritual star. Again, spirituality, awakening, seeing, truth, wisdom, empathy. And the day is ruled by the moon. When the day is ruled by the moon, you see, I was speaking about this, but I feel like repeating it because I find it very interesting and really nice. The colors of the day, if we only apply the colors of the day to the food which we're eating, then this is ensuring us health, because the colors of the day, the moon is ruling white, off-white. In some esoteric texts, even green was attributed to the moon. So the foods of the moon, the colors of the moon, what are the foods of the moon? White, light green, rice, some beans if you want, and also gemstones, if you wear the gemstones of the moon, which I will repeat for you. This would be Larimar, part of if you aquamarine, pearls, moonstones. There's so many, and if you wear them on this day, Monday, day of the moon, like Apollonius from Tiana did, he would wear every day the stone which would belong to the planetary day. Then this is not only praising the planet, but it is good for our well-being and supporting the planet in our horoscopes, and it's connecting us with the sky. So what else is important on Monday, the day which is ruled by the moon? Of course, it's beautiful every evening to look at the moon when visible. Of course, it is beautiful also to observe the sky all the time. But the moon is in degrees which are not appropriate for new beginnings. You may travel, because the moon is making a B6 harmonious aspect, which is good. We may travel, medical interventions are good, very appropriate, beautiful day for planting, agriculture, especially root vegetables, of course trees and flowers as well. So this is, what else didn't I tell you? Yeah, I think on this day, travel you may. And let us see what is happening on Tuesday, which is 19th of May, which is the 24th lunar day of the waning moon. Again, we're having the B6, the moon exactly applying to aspect with Mercury and Venus, and Saturn, Jupiter also make aspects. We're having the B6. It is harmonious and powerful. It is harmonious and powerful configuration on the sky. Again, fine for surgical interventions, fine to travel, not good for new beginnings. For meditation, enhancing your intuition, brilliant. Helping others, absolutely very good. Financially, the day is not bad. The day ruled by Mars. And Mars, I explained in my beginning overview of Mars, is in a very interesting position. And the moon is like just between, on equal distance between Mars and Uranus. So it is powerful configuration of these energies are balanced in the sky of awakening and people who are seeking for their rights. And this is what we're going to see more even this week. So what is also happening? Mars is what? The color red, orange, fiery orange. Food of this color, any food of this color which comes into your mind is fine. If we want to enhance our Martian energies, especially if you feel that you are lacking, for example, self-assertiveness, this could be wonderful. Or energy as well, wonderful. Or drive to live, it's also very nice. That is fine, you may travel. New beginnings, absolutely not. So this was about Tuesday, the day ruled by Mars. Let's see now, Wednesday, 20th of May, 25th lunar day of the waning moon. And this is, I think, already would be the last lunar crescent. Oh no, it's not the last lunar crescent, but in one day only, the moon is hiding in the rays of the sun. So the moon is really waning, she's hiding. And the moon is in degrees, wide degrees, pure degrees of Athena Pallas and in the constellation of Aries. In the zodiacal sign of Aries, still in the constellation of Pisces, Athena plus wide degrees of Venus as a morning star, Athena plus wisdom, warlike wisdom, strategy. So this is what lofty ideals. This is what these degrees would mean. The day is appropriate to travel. Surgical interventions, no. New beginnings, not. The day is Wednesday, ruled by Mercury. Mercury is powerful, very well placed in Taurus, very good for artistic work, sharing your knowledge, design work, writing, because you know who is Mercury Hermes. He is the divinity who is ruling the writing system. Nabu in ancient Babylon, the prince. So this is the prince of the sky who is the messenger, Mercury. So we can do a lot of intellectual work on this day. Oh, this will be wonderful. Green foods, yellow foods are Mercurian foods. Also, such colors of such gemstones are very, very appropriate on this day. Like I told you, Apollonius from Tiana would wear every day the right planetary gemstone. On this day, medical interventions, like I said, if not very invasive, you may do, but new beginnings, it's not appropriate. Some agricultural work as well is okay. And now let's see Thursday, 21st of May, 26th lunar day of the last lunar crescent. And tomorrow on Friday, the moon is hiding in the rays of the sun for 3 days. The last lunar crescent, and the moon is in conjunct Hamao. These are the horns of the Aries, of the celestial ram. So Martian degrees, and the moon is squared, so it's good to be careful on this day. Medical interventions, really not very appropriate. If not invasive, you may. Completing things, finalizing your tasks and businesses is fine, like completing. Agriculture work, yes, root vegetables and cleaning the weeds already is very fine. Also, because the day is ruled by Jupiter, yellow colors or some for example, almonds or peaches or yellow fruits, or this would be yellow or off yellow or orange foods. Also, gemstones appropriate for this day. First is the yellow sapphire, quite rare, but it's beautiful stone ruled by Jupiter. Citrine, golden beryl. There are many, and there is a lot of information on this on my website, because this is my passion, the astro magic and the gemstones and the creation of talismans. I'm placing on my website, it's called the Astro Magic with CK, theastromagicschool.com. There are articles and explaining about gemstones, and there is a lot of information for those of you who want to know. So this is about Thursday. Medical interventions, like I said, carefully. Well, and on this day, I think the moon is with Uranus. Still, Mars is not quiet. Still, we can expect people who will be experiencing these Martian energies and need to stand up. And let's see now what is happening on Friday. Friday, 22nd, 27th lunar day. Saturday, ruled by Saturn, 23rd, 28th lunar day, and we're having Saturday, 24th, 29th lunar day. These are the 3 days of the lunar invisibility. And these days are not appropriate for important actions. They're wonderful if you want to meditate, but the moon is not supporting your activities, because literally the moon is not there. You will not be able to see the moon on the sky. The moon went to the netherworld to decide on the destinies of the dead. And this is Sin or Nana entered the netherworld, and we're having the last lunar day, 29th. The moon didn't complete the cycle and became invisible. The moon didn't complete the cycle up until the 30th lunar day. So the next month will not be harmonious enough, because the moon is not happy. The moon had to complete the cycle of 30 lunar days. 3 days of invisibility. Friday, ruled by Venus. Still, you will see Venus. You will not be able to see the moon, but the moon will be in the vicinity of the sun and Venus. So you will see Venus, connect with Venus, say what your wish is. If it's related to romance, love, and money, you can. Another thing is the day is ruled by Venus, especially Friday, so we can eat sweet foods. Strawberries, imagine, sweet apple, whatever comes to your mind which would have the color pink, for example, or many colors, or would have, or all these that is having the sweet scent. And this is Venus. We can wear tourmaline of many colors gemstone. We can wear pink quartz or hairs of Venus quartz, or many gemstones which would have the beautiful color of Venus, or pink sapphire, or pink diamond. This is Venus, the gorgeousness of Venus. Saturday, 24th of May. On the 24th of May, invisible moon, the day ruled by Saturn, it's good to be careful. I will remind you that during these 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the ancients would spend time in the temple, and they had this knowledge not to do important things. It's the day for yourself, for finding yourself, for contemplating, for praying, for do whatever you love. It is about enhancing your consciousness. Sunday, welcome the sun. On Saturday, the Saturn, food which would have the color dark blue, black, this would be this such fruits, for example. This is, but also beans would have such color, or the eggplant, for example. Seek the color which is amethyst-like color, or which is dark blue or even black. Sunday, the day is ruled by the sun, the last day of the lunar invisibility, and we can welcome the sun, eat oranges, orange food, red food, and wear the beautiful gemstones of the sun, garnets, rubies. All this is about the sun. But these are 3 days of invisible moon. And then on Monday, we're having the first lunar crescent, when we will be starting also the next lunar month, and I will be making my prognosis for the new moon. And here I will remind you that new moon is not like the modern astrology is telling you when the moon is conjoined the sun. No, the new moon is when you're seeing the first lunar crescent. That is a new moon. And this is what we'll be talking about in a couple of days, when I will be describing the month of June. So thank you for your attention. If you want to study with us, visit our school. If you want to see my talismans or my services, always listed below. I will announce also now the elections, planetary elections, which is the appropriate day for the creations of the talismans in May. So thank you, and your comments are welcome.